All right, so now we're recording. Hey, I want to thank you guys for making it out on tonight. I actually believe that our team calls are extremely important. Why? One, there's a lot that goes on in these things where people have aha moments, and it may be this call or 5 calls from now. It may have been for you last week's call, but us having these meetings and being able to hear from other coaches and what they're doing to succeed and seeing other coaches succeed lets us know that this thing is possible and that we can have success in our businesses, right? So I want to encourage you guys to, as often as possible, as much as possible, as well as your coaches, for you to get on your coaches to make sure that they make it on the team call. It's extremely important. Again, showing up is half the battle. And what I consistently tell us is that it's not by mistake that Shanta and myself have started to see our businesses take off, but we're consistently going to things, right? When Beachbody has summits, we're there. I started the term, that's our national board meeting, right? Because in all actuality, it is. That's where we find out about the state of our company, because understand, we do not work for Beachbody. I tell people that all the time. You don't work for Beachbody. You own a piece of this company, right? And so although Beachbody is a private company, if they decided to go public tomorrow, immediately for a lot of us, your lives change financially just because you own a piece of this company, right? So those are things that I just want to make sure that we keep in mind, and showing up is half the battle. So thank you for making it out on the call. I do not believe Shanta's going to be on tonight. Chancellor starts school tomorrow, and I know that she is taking care of some things to make sure that he's ready to rock and roll for tomorrow. It's been a long week for us, school, coming back off of vacation. I need a vacation from the vacation. But again, these calls are extremely important as it relates to esprit de corps and team camaraderie. One of the things that I love about this is that it gives us an opportunity to see and hear from people who are having success. And so tonight's topic is simply, if you don't ask the question, the answer will always be no. And so what does that mean? I'm consistently having to remind myself, as well as when I'm talking to other coaches, that if we're not asking people, then the answer will always be no. And so before you ever step out and ask anybody to take a look at what we do and or help them on their health and wellness journey, the answer is no, right? Because in your mind, you've already decided that it was no. It will always remain no unless we step out there and say, come and take a look at what I'm doing, right? And so a lot of our issues is our play on language, how it is that we go about approaching people. And that's why for myself, I'm consistently expressing to everybody that I think that you have to have a process that you're following. Because if you're not following a process, the coaches that you are helping to start their businesses won't be following a process. And the reality is we as CEOs of our own companies need to understand that when we are helping people start their businesses and they're getting started with us, we have a responsibility to make sure that we are setting them up for success. So you'll consistently hear me say, follow the scripts, right? Look at the 4-step process. It really is simple. It's not, I tell people it's not easy. It's simple though. It's never going to be easy because we have to get out of our comfort zone to go out there and make this thing happen. But if you're following a system, then it's simple for you to go and follow those steps. It's never going to be easy. You know, I'm by nature, I love people. But by nature, honestly, a lot of people don't know this. I am an introvert, right? I like my space, my time to myself. I prefer to do things alone. My wife will tell you, I do not have a ton of friends. I don't. And so I've had to work on myself to say, Demetrius, when you're out and about, you got to connect with people. You got to start conversations, right? So like daily, I've been trying to make it my business to add 5 people that I don't know, have never met, and not on Facebook, not Facebook folks, but folks when I'm out and about talking to people and things like that. So today, I think my wife did an amazing job of putting out that for her 35th birthday, I went out and bought her a truck. Thank you, Beachbody. Honest to God, guys, I do very well in what I do as far as punching a clock for Homeland Security, but it cost us $16,000 a year to send my son to the private school we sent him to. On top of that, with all that we have going on, with the marketing we do with our businesses and things like that. We also have some rental property in another state, things like that. I couldn't afford to go out and buy her a $61,000 truck if it was not because of what I do in Beachbody, right? But I've been consistently telling people, I said, listen, this is no joke. The month of February, I made $126 for the month. We went to Cancun and came back, and the light bulb hit for me. Why? Because I'm looking at these coaches, man, and I'm talking to them, and I'm talking to coaches that can't hardly put 5 words together, making multiple 6 figures a year. And when I would sit and talk to them and say, what are y'all doing? The only thing people would tell me is I work a system. So you don't have to be the most articulate. You don't have to be the sharpest looking person or the best dressed in the room. But if you have a system that you are consistently following, success starts to snowball, and all of a sudden you find yourself running this massive organization, making $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $700,000 a year. And I'm talking to a coach, and I'm going, this dude can't even hardly stand here and put 5 words together talking and amongst us. And this dude just told me he made $500,000 last year. And I laughed. And I had an epiphany, like, dude, get off your butt, put a system in place. That's how Fit Factory University came about. For you guys who weren't on the team, that didn't exist until we came back from Cancun, right? And so what I did was started to ask those guys who are in the Millionaires Club and who's doing those multiple, what do you help me? So weekly, I've been having phone calls and meeting with guys, because the honest to God truth is I'm not on any of their teams, but for some reason, successful people like to see people succeed, right? And so we have to be utilizing the system. You have to make sure your coaches are utilizing that system. And us as leaders, if you have not went through the Fit Factory University, how can you talk to your coaches about it, right? I know how to talk to people without ever looking in that back in the Fit Factory University about where the scripts are, how to get there, what to click on, because I have consistently went back there and I train on it myself. I can tell people about what days. I've had people call me like, I don't know how to sign up a coach. Go to day 15 under Coaching 101. It walks you through it. And people go, how the heck do you know that? Because I'm consistently back there. I'm along with my wife are the ones who adding all the stuff into the Emerald training, so we can open that up to everyone, right? But it needs to be something that is of substance, not just a bunch of material, but substantive material that you all can utilize and start to implement and have success immediately with yourselves and your coaches. But the biggest thing that I got out of some of the conversations that I've had and things like that is you have to stretch yourself. You have to get uncomfortable. This is what every successful coach has told me. You have to. And you have to make sure that you are educating yourself. You have to make sure that you're growing yourself. When we were at Summit, I tell people, I said, we went and sat down in an auditorium, and Janelle Summers, who is a 3-time 15-star diamond coach, meaning she's doing millions of dollars a year, right? Extremely humble. She stands up there and says, there's nothing different from you guys and us. I've heard a lot of coaches say that, but for some reason this day I go, man, I know it's true, right? I know it. I know that to be factual. She says, there's nothing different from you, from you guys than us. I mean, than myself. You all can do this. And she says, the difference is a lot of you guys are more concerned with scandal, concerned with what's going on Empire, what's going on this television show and that television show. And you can only go in your business as far as you're willing to grow. Turn that stuff off and start developing yourself. Start developing your character. Start developing this, because at the end of the day, this is what's going to keep you moving forward, pushing yourself to go forward when the critics outside and the critic from within, because we all have it, starts to attack you. That's why I'm so big on telling everybody get to events, right? Because you can't lie to yourself and tell yourself you didn't just see what you saw. You can't lie and tell yourself that I'm not standing here talking to this person making $500,000 a year, thinking to myself, this dude ain't no smarter than me. In fact, I got done in every degree known to man, right? I got a bachelor's, a master's degree. I'm a special agent. This dude just told me he never graduated from high school. But he got good at implementing a system. And no matter how many people told him no, he kept going. So that's what I've been doing, working on myself. So today, I went to go get my wife's car fixed. So I'm talking to the mechanics that's in there, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I went to go pick her car up, her new car. Unbelievable, man. We get in there and one of the speakers don't work. But anyway, they got the thing fixed. But I went to go pick up her car. So I'm standing there talking to the mechanics. And now I'm talking to people with a purpose, right? But it's not a purpose in that I'm trying to be a slithery like a salesman and get them into anything. It's nothing like that. But it's the skill that you have to work on and develop on how to talk to people, right? So I'm talking to the mechanics and things like that, and me and one of the guys end up hitting it off. And so I simply, he told me, start messing with me like, man, you look like you're in amazing shape. I said, I appreciate it, man. He gets to talking to me. He tells me, I say, man, how old do you think I am? Because it's just some of the things he kept saying. He said, I don't know about what you, about 22, 24. I said, man, I'm 37 years old, right? That stops everybody in their tracks in that area. Everybody's like, what do you do? I'm a beach body coach. We need to get good at telling people that and be okay with telling people that and be passionate about telling people that. I'm a beach body coach. And he looks at me and said, well, what's Beachbody? I said, you heard of P90X Insanity? Yeah, I own a piece of that company. What? That makes a few more people stop. So what do? I said, y'all on Facebook? Everybody, yeah. I said, for you guys who want help getting in shape, I don't go to the gym. I work out at home. They're like, what? How? I said, listen, man, I know y'all got to get back to work and I'm trying to get out of here, right? Control the conversation. But I would love to share with you guys. So I go to my phone and start passing my phone around. 7 new contacts. Everybody accepted me on Facebook. I walked out of there, and on my way home, I'm extremely exhausted. I'm just being honest with you. I see a Dunkin' Donuts. I said, man, let me grab me a coffee. So instead of going through the drive-through, which I typically do, right? I'm working on myself. I'm a business owner now. I got to make sure that I'm connecting with people however I can figure out a way to connect. I park, even though I don't want to park, and get my behind out the car and go into Dunkin' Donuts. And while I'm standing there with my back turned, I start talking to the people on the counter. Guy behind me says something about how great a shape I'm in. And I turn around and we start talking. And he goes, man, so again, conversation starts, blah, 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 blah. And he goes to me, man, to be young again. I said, man, I just heard that at the car dealership. How old do you think I am? Buddy, same thing. I don't know, mid-20s, 37, man. Said, what? Right? Just, oh my goodness. So I say to him, because he's dipping. I say, yeah, but I don't do that. And I take care of myself. And he goes, man, that's my biggest problem, man. I don't know what to do for a workout. And I said, man, today's your lucky day. Where you work at? He said, across the street at the jewelry store. I actually came over here to get some dip. And I meant to come a couple of hours ago and got tied up on some stuff. And I said, well, it was by fate you came in right now. I'm a beach body coach. I said, and I can help you as it relates to you wanting to get in shape and things like that. So he says, man, you got a card? I said, I got one better. You on Facebook? Yep. Give him my phone. He types his information in. A Muslim guy. I accept his friend request. He reaches out to me immediately. He gets on there. He says, man, I see you're a Christian. I hope that's not a problem. And I believe in a higher being as well. I said, listen, man, I'm here to spread love, not hate. I'm not telling you who to believe in. Do you want to get in shape? He was like, yes. I said, then I love you enough to help you. So don't stress that. So since I've been home, I've sent them. So that was the invite, right? So I turned around and sent him my questionnaire. He's already sent it back. My point is today I was able to add 8 people to my network by simply opening up my mouth. So we got to get good at asking the question. That's my point. It doesn't matter how the question comes about. It doesn't have to be so forward as to say, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach and I can help you with your health and fitness. Would you like more information? Right? It can be just like that, but it doesn't have to be. That question was asked by simply me telling them what I did and that I could help them. And those guys didn't have to give me their information, but they did. They did it willingly. So now what does that do as it relates to my confidence, right? What does that do as it relates to me reaching out to them? I can follow my system, right? But still within all of that, there's going to be a point in time where we come to where you have to talk to people that may not be responding to what you're posting on Facebook not liking your post or anything like that, but you have them as a friend and maybe they're a family member, and you want to introduce them to what you do. You still have to get out and talk to them. So what do we do as it relates to that? The question has to be asked, or the answer will always be no. And so today, before I left to go to the car dealership, I sat down this morning and I sent out 20 messages to people. And I'm going to read you what I said. Can y'all see my screen? No? Nobody can see my screen? I can't hear y'all.
No.
Oh,
I can
okay.
see it. No.
All right. So it doesn't matter, but I'm going to read you what I said. So, and this is, and again, these scripts, this is the language that I'm about to read to you is in our scripts. It's not exactly like this, but I tell everybody, take the scripts, read through them, develop your own script. It doesn't have to be that one, but take the language and make it fit your personality. Listen, I'm a very direct individual. And so me talking around the boat and talking about the moon when I really want to talk about the sun, listen, that don't work for me. It makes me extremely uncomfortable, and I have to tell you, it's outside of my comfort zone. So I'm an extremely direct individual, so I talk to people that way. Because guess what? What I found is that people relate to me better for me being me instead of me trying to be something I'm not. So, for instance, I said, and I'll just use one of the names I sent. I said, hey, Johnny, I hope all is well with you and your family. I realize that this is a little out of the blue. I'm a very direct person and don't like to beat around the bush. I'm reaching out to you because I want to connect and speak with you about potentially partnering with me, partnering with my team and me and our Beachbody business. I don't know if you have ever heard of Beachbody or paid much attention to what I am doing or seeing on Facebook, some of the things I've been posting about my Beachbody coaching business. Anyway, this thing has become more than I imagined, and I'm looking for some solid people to partner with, and I thought about you because, to be honest, this is too good not to share, and I am looking to expand into other areas. I believe we could do some amazing things in business together. Now, before you respond, I know that you are going to be somewhat skeptical, which is completely normal when someone is talking to you about something new like this. All I ask is that before you judge or make a final decision, you give me the opportunity to share with you what it is exactly that I do as a Beachbody coach and how it may be of benefit to you and your family. Deal? You may or may not have a personal interest, but either way, I would love to tell you who I am looking for in the hopes you might know someone. I've made it my personal mission to educate people I know and come into contact with about this, to make sure that at a minimum people know and don't miss the boat simply because they were uninformed. Because this is a business, I like to share up front an overview of the income potential. Again, this is just an overview, which means you will have a lot of questions. That said, I think it's worth hearing about, even if you are a little curious, just a little curious about anything I've said. So my question is, will you give me the opportunity to share with you what I do as a Beachbody coach and how it may benefit you? I finished it off by saying, if yes, great, respond yes. And I will follow up with you shortly to provide more insight and details. If no, that is great as well. At least I tried to share with you, and you were able to decide for yourself. Either way, please do me a favor and simply let me know either way whether you're in or out, whether you want more information or not. Thanks for taking the time to read this and respond back. And I'll put my information in the bottom. Here's the point. I sent it out to 20 people. 18 people have gotten back to me. Not all positive, right? 7 told me no. Everybody else said, yeah, I got some hell yeses. I've been waiting for you to ask me. God is my witness. I've had 4 people say, I've been waiting for you to tell me what it is that you do. And these are people that I wouldn't have even spoken to in the past. that I wouldn't say anything to because they look extremely successful on online, on social media, right? They look so successful that you're like, man, they probably don't want to do this, right? But I had 4 people tell me, I've been waiting for you to ask me about this. I've watched everything you and your wife do. You all are extremely inspiring. And I've had a lot of people ask me. I had one girl say, I've had a lot of people ask me about joining different business ventures. And I'm just don't see that they're passionate about it. It just seems like it's a way for them to make an easy buck. I've been watching you and your wife for a few years now. You all have not wavered about what it is that you do in your coaching business. And heck yeah, I want more information. I would love to find out what it is you all are doing because I would love to be a part of it. Here's the thing. If you don't ask the question, the answer will always be no. And in my mind, I had written that girl off. I had said that she's not interested in this, right? But because I put her on my list, right? Remember, and Fit Factory University, under Coaching 101, I believe it's day 3. It talks about making a list, right? You have the ultimate memory jogger back there. I'm not telling you to do something I haven't done or that I'm not doing. But because she's on my list, I promise y'all, man, she's on my list. I reached out to her, even though I didn't want to. But I did. Listen, I reached out to her. I'm not telling y'all to do something. I swear I'm not telling you to do something that I'm not willing to do. I reached out to her. Listen, I'm consistently adding people to my list. Y'all want me to keep turning? Listen, I got pages and pages and pages of people. Listen, it hasn't started. Stop. I got 30 pages of names. Because we don't know who we're talking to nobody. So, again, if you don't ask the question, the answer will always be no. And so, in my team call for our team cup, Team Lunatics, we represent Team Lunatics, right? So in my team call, whatever, Shauna, I laid out a plan for us as a team. And one of the things that I hit hard in that was we gotta ask the question. We have to reach out to people, get disconcerted with the outcome and more concerned with just the process, right? Just ask. And be okay with people saying no. In fact, let's make a game out of this. Track how many people tell you no. Let's see who can get the most no's. Let's make it fun and interactive. And I'm happy to say that Megan, like I don't know, like a light switch went off. She is killing this thing, right? I think Megan has added 4 coaches this week. Over the past 2 weeks to your business. Am I right, Megan? 3? She's killing this thing, right? And so I wanted to hear from Megan because I want to know, Megan, what happened? Because if I remember just 3 calls ago, Megan was like, "This is, oh my God, I don't know. Nobody said." And then all of a sudden it was like, boom, welcome such and such, boom, welcome such and such to the team, boom. And then I went online. I was talking about like, Megan, I'm so proud of you. She goes, oh my God, this stuff works. Just asking people the question, right? Because you don't know where people are. And I had that epiphany again today because I'm on this girl's Facebook page and I'm like, man, she look like she got it all together. But her message back to me is like, I've been waiting for y'all to ask me. I'm like, oh my goodness, right? Because people are watching. And sometimes, whether you know it or not, people are too intimidated to come ask you. So you as the business owner got to do your job because it's not their job to come and contact you. It's your job to go contact them. So Megan, can you please do me a favor? Share with us what you've been doing. You're killing this thing, girl. I'm so proud of you. But I think as a team, other people need to know this is just not hype talk. It works.
Yeah. Well, one, I'm always extremely nervous to talk to people. Like, I'm an outgoing introvert too. So I'm like, okay, hey, but don't talk to me at the same time. So when I first started, I kind of thought that I could just be like, okay, here's a message. I'm a Beachbody coach, whatever. But the only thing I did, and it sounds so fake, but it's so real, is that I just followed the system. And I went for talking to people and telling them passionately about what I do. I just did exactly what the page says every day, contacting people, making posts. And if you go back on my page, before I became a Beachbody coach, I had like one post per year. I was like, hi, I'm here today. And I just was liking everybody else's posts. But now, I mean, I'm following the plan. You guys say in the Fit Factory, we make at least 5 posts a day, trying to not just talk about Beachbody, but talk about your life. So now I'm walking out like, hey guys, it's sunny out, selfie. So, and just going out and talking to people. And also, my biggest thing was reaching out for help. If you need help, just, it doesn't matter who it's from, get help. Don't always be afraid or scared to ask a question, because if you don't ask a question, you're not gonna know. And I'm so happy and I'm so grateful, because I blow up Demetrius now, I blow up Shauna now, and they're helping me. And that's the only thing that I'm doing is trying to be the best person that I could be in this business, helping people. So.
That's what's up, girl. I think she's being a little modest in her efforts and what she's doing, but she has been consistent. And I remember about 3 calls ago when Shanta was telling you, you got it. You have the personality. You got to just believe in yourself, and don't be concerned about if people are telling you yes or no. Just consistently start to reach out to people and consistently start to follow that process of posting and commenting on people's stuff and asking people the question, right? And so, and again, it's not a structured question. It's not like, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach. Do you want? It's not like, but the people are liking your post and things like that. Don't be afraid to go and click on their name and see what they're about. And if they're not a coach or not connected to another coach, befriend them. Reach out to them, ask them, hey, just want to make sure you know that I'm a Beachbody coach and I would love to help you if you are in need of or wanting to get in shape, lose weight, whatever the case may be. I would love to share with you what it is that I do. I do that all the time. And believe it or not, man, you get a lot of positive feedback, because people aren't just liking your post just to like it. A lot of times people are seriously in need of help. They are crying out silently for somebody to reach out to them and say, please help me with this, right? And so that's what I'm finding. And I think, again, the biggest part is we got to ask the question. We have to. And in your own way, that can be however you want. I just share with you guys some of the language that I utilize, but I'm not doing anything outside of what's in that back office, in the Fit Factory University. It's there. So use it.
Also for my sheet, when I first started, I was devastated. I got like a no, and I thought it was like the end of the world. I remember talking to like the person last week. She's like, "Oh no, my life is over. I was stuck as a Beachbody coach." And I am proud to say I have 22 no's in only like 10 days. So self-development is amazing. It makes me feel wonderful about myself. And it's like, okay, no, fine, bye. Lunatics, here we come. Shauna, watch out.
I love it. I love it. And the reality is, no is not always no forever, right? No, and that's why I always tell people, right? A lot of times, no is no, I don't know enough. And that's why I started playing with my language in my my invite to tell people you're gonna be skeptical. So I already get that out there. You're gonna be skeptical. So don't feel uncomfortable about that. That's normal, right? And don't judge before you give me an opportunity to share with you. That's why I say that. Listen, I sent that to 20 people. I had, again, 17 people get back to me. 7, no, I'm not interested. And no, I'm not interested. I had 2 people say completely no, remove me from your list, you loser, you whatever they would say. That's pretty much how they said it. But then the other 5 no's were just like, no, man, not right now. But you know something, keep me in mind. This is just not a good time, right? And so, again, I'm not taking them off my list. I'll reach back out to those 5. But the people that told me, no, I ain't interested and please remove me, that's okay. But I would have never known that unless I asked the question, right? But then I got a ton of people to follow back up with tonight, and I'm super excited. I'm pumped, like, yes, because asking a question is half the battle. And if we don't ask, it'll always be no. You got something you want to add?
Hey.
Okay, she said, hey.
Hey, like right now, Think about it. I'm in my floor. But can y'all hear me? So, for instance, if somebody would have came talking to me right now about any of this, the answer would have been no. Because my life is so crazy right this second. Like, it would have been, and it wouldn't have been like, I don't want to hear you. It would have been like, dude, I hadn't even got a chance to look at what you just sent. Does that make sense? And you know what I mean? So sometimes when somebody's not responding, it may be because they're in a really crazy period. Just follow back up or reach back out. Because they probably necessarily, let me take that back. Probably necessarily wouldn't have been, no, you just wouldn't have heard nothing back. Does that make sense? You just would have been like, I reached out to her and she hadn't said nothing.
Or no, this is not a good time.
Just honest, you know what I mean? Because that's where I'm at right now. That's how a lot of y'all probably feel. I don't know who all on this call because I probably got 365 inboxes from one of you right now that I ain't looked at. And I'm not ignoring you. I just can't. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that to say we all get those periods and points. So when you're talking to somebody, they might be at that period or point. But guess what? He goes to school tomorrow, like next week. If that person was smart and they just followed back up and be like, hey girl, I was just following back up to see, did you get a chance to look at such and such? I'll probably be like, oh, let me go back. Because let me tell you what, people are not thinking about you. Does that make sense? You have to follow up with them. So sometimes we send something out to somebody and we're saying, oh, if they wanted to, they would such and such. Or when they, no. Because there again, I'm just gonna keep using myself. If you're me and you have 50 inboxes sitting in your inbox right now, you're not going back to let me go see what Megan said 3 weeks ago. It's not on purpose. It's just like, I don't know when I'm gonna get to that. You get what I'm saying? Like, so just reach back out to people, especially in this time right now. As a mother, in this point of my life, I am understanding that if I'm reaching out to moms, they're probably nutso right now. You get what I'm saying? Let me talk to them next week, like, or whatever. It doesn't stop me from reaching out. It just makes me understand more about the follow-up, about the mindset, about what people are doing, how they're running around, and understanding those things and not being pushy to people during that time. You do have to understand that too. There's a difference between compelling someone to start and being pushy. If it's somebody's birthday, I'm using all my stuff because this is happening to people. If it's somebody's birthday this week, they ain't talking to you. They want to go eat cake. They don't care about portion control on 21 Day Fix. Talk to them. You know what you do? You say, oh my God, that's awesome. It's your birthday. Remember their birthday? Go back on their birthday and say, I just wanted to say happy birthday, right? Pay attention. Pay attention to the moments in somebody's life. If I'm telling you something, if you were talking to me right now, and you know what, if I told you what I was going through, pay attention. Come back and say, how was your son at your baby's first day of school? Now that's creating trust, rapport. Now I'm saying Megan cares or Shauna, they care. Wow, they didn't have to do that. And it's not about being manipulative. It's about being honest, being authentic, caring about people.
From your heart.
And then it puts you back in the forefront. And it's like, let me go back and see what she was talking about. Because people's intentions are good, but we all know the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So, so you just have to keep inviting. And I, for instance, this is the first time actually in my Beachbody business, besides when my dad died. So it was 2 times. When my dad died, it was the same thing. You couldn't have talked to me about nothing. I wouldn't care if you told me, if you said today, you're going to get $1 million. I'd be like, get out my face. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear that. But those times in my life were crazy. And so now what that does is it prepares me for when I am talking to people, because it don't mean don't talk to them. Notice that's not what I'm saying. It just means understand grace, give grace, and to make sure that you follow up because people are busy and things are on their mind. I got a girl now that I'm talking to. She's celebrating right now the anniversary of her baby's death. Do you think today is the day for me to say, I know your baby died a year ago today, but girl, can I get you to get that challenge back today? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's insensitive. But what it does do, because I know that, is it makes me, I still, as I'm telling y'all this is a true story. I had that in my mind to go back and follow up with her and just see if she's okay. How you doing? You know what I mean? And then maybe later on a week or 2, we can say, hey, did you ever see my email? Because that's okay. Because life does have to go on. But I'm just saying that because this is where I am, and I know you guys are getting some of that right now. You're talking to people, and I got a message from a coach. I haven't read it all the way through, but from what I could see before clicking on it was just like, everybody's telling me no. Probably. And right now, if you're talking to a bunch of moms, yep. You know what I mean? But everybody won't keep telling you no. And then you have to also ask, who is everybody? Because when I truly ask people who is everybody, you've talked to 3 people, 5 people, and them 5 people told you no. 5 people gonna tell you no. Let me just get that out the way.
I got told no by 7 today.
So everybody, but you ain't talked to 5 people your whole Beachbody career. You've been in 4 months and you talked to 5 people and they told you no. You know what I mean? You talked to 5 of your brokest friends that you got and they all told you no. But them 5 people you probably don't want to work with. Them 5 people that can't even afford it. This 5 people, you know what I'm saying? Because what we do is we will talk below. And I don't mean that people are above or beneath you. So I don't want to say it like that. But a lot of times you will go talk to people that you almost know going to tell you no. Right. Does that make sense? You're going to go talk to your Uncle Skeeter that you know daggone well. Ain't got a nickel. And you going to go, he homeless. And you going to talk to Skeeter. You know what I mean? Now, it don't mean that you shouldn't, because you shouldn't judge the stereotype. That's not what I'm saying. But if that's all you're talking to, and you're not talking to Sally that you also know, but you in your mind are thinking like what he said, oh, Sally already got it together. A Sally such and such. Sally won't want to do this, right? So you won't talk to Sally, but Sally might end up being your best coach, but you're going to go talk to Uncle Skeeter, and that's all you're going to talk to, Uncle Skeeter and his friends. And they're going to all tell you no. And then you're going to say, see, because what you want to do is show yourself that it don't work. You know what I'm saying? See, I told you it was so hard. I told you, and we all do this. When you go do something and you do something that you daggone know well, you know what I mean? And because you want to prove it to yourself sometimes that it just, it doesn't work or it's not real. Because a lot of times it's not just failure that we're scared of. We're also afraid of success. What would happen if it does? What would happen if you really do go out here and talk to 200 people this month? What would happen if you did that for real?
What happens when you're bringing on those new coaches and now they're asking you about what to do,
and you're feeling inadequate.
But you're feeling inadequate.
Oh, that's me.
You ain't been in Fit Factory University. You're not doing personal development, but you telling them something. And so when they come back and start telling you about why this is happening or why this ain't working, because you're not doing personal development, all you know to say is, "Oh, well, yeah, I know, I understand." And when you're working on yourself, that ain't what come out your mouth.
It's working on yourself. You better go talk to 30 more people.
Exactly. Let's go.
But when you're saying, I know, girl.
I know. It's okay.
It's so expensive. Everybody's so broke. Right. People don't get paid till next week.
It's okay to be a loser. To remain where you are. That's what we do. Right? So part of this thing is, I believe that she says most of our issues, I think, in life, period, are not being afraid of failure. It's more so being afraid of success. So what if I do go out and I kill this thing, and now I'm responsible for all these coaches?
And I'm real afraid of that. I've been afraid of that for so long, y'all. I've been having to just get over it. As it blows up, y'all have no idea the anxiety that goes through me. And I like to keep it real with y'all. That's why today in that message I said I'm a bit overwhelmed. It's like I've been praying for this, right? I've been praying to have all these coaches and all this stuff. And it's like I said, if you come look at my inbox right now, it'll make all y'all want to just go to sleep. Like, it is a mess. It's like, back there. You know what I mean? And you don't I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. I mean, and it just keeps going. And the first thing you want to do is just kind of just lay down. Like, I don't even know what to do with this. But that's also the thing that you've prayed for when you get it.
All them people coming to you.
You're like, Jesus, somebody, you know what I mean? And so, but you just kind of got to work through that. Like, I got to work through it. I got to tell the truth. The best policy to me is always honesty. So when you're honest and just tell the truth to people, they don't have to necessarily always. And I don't do excuses. I just tell y'all the truth. You see what I'm saying? I don't say this is because. I just say this is what's going on. This is what the deal is today, And that has been a little helpful so that people don't think that I'm ignoring them. So even if I have to say that 9,062 times, I still feel like it's better to keep people in the loop and understand that I'm crazy right now than to not say nothing. You know what I mean? Because I was talking about that too. I didn't want to post it. I was like, well, if I tell them that again, they're going to be like, dang, didn't you say that last week? Didn't you just tell us you was getting back to us last week? Well, I'm still in that same place. So, you know what I mean? Like, I need some help. So that's just, he did a phenomenal job. He has some great language. Hubby's over here, rocking it. All I can tell you guys to do is to try to keep note of where you're going who you're talking to. Make sure it's about your follow-up. The portion is in the follow-up. Your follow-up skills got to be
on point.
Gangster. Your follow-up skills need to be on 10. Like on 10 is the follow-up. A lot of times people have to see things 6 times before they actually do something about it.
Very true.
That's just like psychologically proven. Like even a commercial. You have to see it so many times where it's like, dang it, I done seen that steak on long, like, oh, go get me that steak. That's how those things happen. So it's the same thing with social media. It's the same thing about being consistent. Because when you're not consistent, they're not seeing it enough. But when you're consistent, what happens is after a while, it kind of is just like, let me see what she's talking about. You know what I mean? Because she's still doing this. Because they're Weight Watchers. They're waiting and watching. They're waiting and watching to see what you're going to do. Especially the people that know you. Because they know you. And sometimes that's the hardest, right? The people that know us, family members, friends, sometimes even old people on Facebook. Because, for lack of a better word, they know your mess. They know who you were. You know what I mean? Before you changed. They know who you used to be. They know how you used to eat. They know you was meant like, oh, now she working out. Oh, now she's the coach, right? Oh, okay. Oh, now she's teaching people how to do X, Y, and Z. Oh, now the most negative person in the world last week is now telling us how to be positive. Yeah, okay. That's what's happening. I promise. We've all done it. We've all seen somebody and been like, oh, yeah, so you're going, right. Yeah, no. And that's what's happening at first when people first look. And so that's where your consistency shows through, because you have to prove yourself. When you know what, honestly, everybody has to prove themselves. So you have to prove yourself consistent. You have to finish your program. You have to do the workout. You have to drink the shakeout. That's why those are vital behaviors, because when you do those things, your belief shows, your confidence shows, you are consistent about it, you talk about it, and then you'll have results. And people shut up at results. Right? And so a lot of times that's where you have to go with that. But when you just wake up today and be like, I'm gonna be so positive today, and then tomorrow on your Facebook it's like, wham, life is so hard. And then the next day, oh my God, all you guys, you should just be better and be awesome, have an awesome day. And then the next day, oh, my dog died and my dad too, and the such and such, and the telephone bill due. And people are like, what is this? You know what I mean? That's what you taking people through that. And honestly, you have to think about, would you want to be on your team? You're gonna be like, that person is bipolar. They can't even get it together. Right? Because I'm just telling the truth. You have to really look at yourself, how you look through the lens that you look at others. And people don't like to admit that, but you do it. I do it. We do it. And you have to look at yourself the same way. So sometimes I'm very transparent, but you also have to protect your social media. Your social media is now your business. It's real estate. So all them sad sob stories, everything sucks. Those need to be kept few and far between. And if you have too many of them, because I don't want you to be fake, if you have too many of them, you're not doing enough personal development or enough praying, right? That's too many. That's too much going on. You know what I mean? Because you have to make a decision. Am I going to be a solution-oriented, a positive person, or am I just going to be like a negative that's down? It doesn't mean you don't have down days, but what you have to try to show people is, okay, this is what's wrong, and this is how I'm going to fix it. I like those posts. But if it's just ends at this is what's wrong and there's nothing else, because for everything that we got going on, like me, I got all this stuff going on. But guess what? I bet you I can go find 5 people that got way more than what I got going on. It's the same thing, whether it's time crunches or physical ailments, whatever we think that's so whatever, it's somebody out here dealing with way and killing it. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like, you know, so you have to put yourself in that space, put yourself in other people's space when you're inviting.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I would say.
I think that's it.
Any questions?
It's open. Y'all have the floor.
No?
I know.
Did I just fuss? I bet they said every time she comes, she fussing.
All right. I'm the motivational one.
I'm the motivational. I'm the inspirer, but
I'm the motivation.
It's me. But you know what? I can't play. I ain't got time for it, y'all.
The truth is,
ain't no questions. Like, who else is that? Who is that? Shania. Who are these people? Vonda, Lisa, Adam.
A4.
Adam and Vershawn text me today, y'all. See, let me tell y'all what I can see too. I can see, you know how when you get an inbox and you can see like some of the words, but you can't see the rest unless you click on it. So people who shot me really short things, I could see them. And so then sometimes I can respond real quick. But if your thing went on and I had to push more, I ain't clicked on it yet. I'm gonna be honest. But Vershawn sent me something and she was like, watch us work. That's all it said. So I saw that it came right up and I was like, okay, boo. All right.
Yeah. Because I reached out to Adam and was like, Megan killing it.
Oh yeah, Megan. What in the world are you drinking? What kind of weed is you on? Megan.
Did you say Wheaties or weed?
Technology.
Weed.
I'm on the technology.
You killing it, Megan. Okay, real quick. What's the switch? What happened? Cause y'all remember
She
Megan?
missed that part.
Oh, I did miss that part, but you gotta tell me over. Cause 3 weeks ago, Megan was on the call like,
I said the same thing.
ain't nobody saying that. They don't want me to. They don't like me. It costs too much. Lord, that was Megan.
She said personal development has really been a big thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness, yes, personal development, reaching out to my leaders and peers and just really personal development and stepping outside my comfort zone and going for the nose. I was destroyed by the nose. And it's so funny because we just said it's like fake. I just got a message with somebody saying, I see you're sticking to your plan and you're not letting up. That's where I want to be and where I need to be. Like, thank you for always checking on me. Message right here. You just said that, not fake.
So, and I love that, and that's why I be telling y'all to speak up, because when we saying it, people be like, yeah, not like seriously. So when you're having that same success, and you're like, yeah, people can see it's because of your consistency, because people don't want to follow hot and cold folks. They don't. How many people have came to you and said, I want to do such and such? I promise, listen, everybody knows I'm a Beachbody coach. I've had those friends that reach out to me say, Demetrius, I want you to come join my such and such business. You are amazing. I see the stuff you post and I've seen some of your videos and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, I ain't, not personal. Hey man, congratulations. I ain't interested. I'm a Beachbody coach, right? And then 2 months later, they posted about something else. Come join me on this. And then I reach out like, hey, what the hell are you doing? I thought you said you were doing. Yeah, that didn't work out. People don't want to be a part of nothing like that.
Yeah, one day they're drinking a pink drink. Next
day
it's the shake that tastes like cake. And next week it's the brown.
It's the coffee. It's
always something.
It's the magical coffee.
You have to be consistent.
Be consistent. And a part of that is, right, like she said, you got to be doing the workouts. You got to be utilizing your own products.
Because when you do that, it'll naturally come out.
Listen.
It'll be natural. If you are really, let me tell you when it's not natural, when you aren't and you're trying to get other people to do it. And you know your behind ain't working out to the first. And you know your behind ain't eating right. I done been there too. When I've had like an off week or sometimes even an off month. When I'm having an off time in my own life, it shows in my business. Because I'm talking to people, but I feel like a fraud. Right? So I'm talking to them, but on the inside, I'm kind of like, I ain't doing what I'm supposed to do. But when I don't work that, I'm not drop my shake. I'm like, this is the best ever. You need it because I'm telling the truth. This is what I do. I'm not telling you something I don't do. But but I have integrity. Some people don't have no integrity, so they can sell people snake oil. They don't care. But I do. So Megan, you're killing it. I just want to say that publicly. And let me tell you why I'm real mad real quick. I'm gonna tell y'all why I'm real mad. I'm real mad at you, Megan. And I'm actually really, and it starts from Adam because I'm really mad at Adam. Because Adam is supposed to be my coach, right? Which means technically, Megan, you're supposed to be in my down line. You are, but you're on the wrong side. So
hold on, what is all this now?
Listen to this.
Adam, here she go with all this nonsense again about who coach you supposed to be.
Yeah, Adam, I'm talking this back. Listen to what happened now, y'all. Let's talk about income because, we can talk about that on our team, right? So
let me start the recording.
I'm missing. Oh, yeah, start the recording.
I'm sorry because the call is over.
Don't put that online. If you need to jump off, jump off.